Hello, hello. Happy to be here.
How are we doing in liberating you from what you're seeking to be liberated on from?
We could still use some work. I know Sarah offered to take over some stuff, and I appreciate that. We still need to figure out badging and how we want to hand that off to someone.
Okay. You know, so do we have a description of the process that we could hand to someone, human or artificial, who could pick it up?
Yeah, I did make like one of those scribe documents that shows you click by click how to look through stuff. Um, I think like the technical aspect of like understanding what like good build quality on a 3D printed object is kind
That's
of
a hard
the
one.
tricky part to match.
Um, True. I wonder if that could be a group activity on the hub. Can you imagine a thumbs up, thumbs down kind of a thing where
Yeah, I think so.
interesting? Well, send me those scribes, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I did a week or two ago, a couple weeks
Oh,
ago.
well, that's another thing. Um, so scribe
I
John.
can find that email and then reply to it so that it bumps
Okay.
it to the top.
Okay. So here
Um,
we are.
and
And
here
there,
are
there
the
we
hub
go. Okay.
posts for today too.
Great. Thank you. Um, Share. Hello, Evan. Nice to see you.
Oh,
And I need the chat. And I click a button. And this is all looking right to you. Oops, I need to log in. Give me a break. Where's my good old J Shell at Gmail account? Here we are. All right. And now we click this. Brandy Shores. Hello, everyone. I want to print a complete prosthetic arm. Well, that's a new one. Where does that come from? For Hackberry Hand. Does anyone? Hello, look at this. Okay, so I vaguely remember the Hackberry. Let's see what we can see. No README, just the design files. Okay, well, all we can say is um, I think this is intended for robotics, and I think it's new to us. Can you give us any background? Looks interesting. That's all I got to say. Next. And you guys, we have a lot of these today. So you guys need to jump in. Hello, I was wondering if I could get some help with the Phoenix. Now, 3D Universe still sells these materials, right?
I think they still do. I know they were on back order for a while, but that might have been, yeah, that might have been around New Year. I think that did they move warehouses or something like that? I haven't talked to Jeremy in a
I'm
while.
not sure. Um, and I suggest you start there. Click. Click.
We have
Daniela.
a comment say that they don't sell them, so.
Huh. Already in the previous
No,
item.
right here. They're in I think
In the chat here.
Daniela's partner is with us in the chat.
Oh,
So
Yes.
well, and
Hi,
for that
good
matter,
morning.
good morning. Let's
hi
say hello to
Daniela.
I ended up
Daniela
being
and to
able to
Carlo.
join.
Oh,
I'm
great.
leaving the children's hospital right now. My patient no-showed.
Well, welcome, Daniela.
Thank you
Are
so
you able
much.
to turn on your camera and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, give me 1 second.
Hello.
Can you see me? Oh, hi, good
Yes.
morning.
Hi.
I'm
Good morning.
leaving the children's hospital right now. Well, my name is Daniela. I currently work as a medical interpreter.
Huh.
I speak Spanish. I have been trying to get into prosthetics for maybe 7 years now, since I was 19, but I've had to do a bunch of odd jobs, and I had 5 jobs up to one point just to be able to fund my projects and pay for school, but it's been so hard for me, especially now that I have a family. My son is 3. But earlier this year in February, I was on Nextdoor, and it's like a community app to see who your neighbors are. And a woman ended up posting a link to e-NABLE, like a chapter that was here in Georgia. So, oh my goodness, when I found out about that, I was like, wow, I finally found something that I could finally collaborate in and do. So ever since February, me and my husband, we have been trying to learn everything we can. We bought a 3D printer with our tax return. And we're just doing everything we can to learn more. And I have people trying, not inquiries yet, but I have people that want to donate. And since I'm Hispanic, I qualify for the Latino Community Fund. And in the next couple of weeks, I'll know if I get accepted to that. But basically, it's kind of like a leadership kind of training. But if your idea or your project that helps the community is good, you can get continuous funding from this
I hear you.
from this organization. So I had emailed, I don't know who I emailed, but I emailed someone about being able to change the information on the e-NABLE chapter, because there's only 2 chapters here in Georgia. One of them was at a middle school, and another one, it was just e-NABLE Atlanta. And I had contacted both of them, but I didn't get any response. I emailed them, I texted them, and I felt like I was being creepy at some point, just
That's all
constantly
right.
trying to get info. So I was trying
And
to
so
see. Go ahead.
sure, you've gotten no response from either of our Georgia chapters.
No, and then I'd gone to the Facebook too for the one that was with the school, and they
Yep.
haven't posted anything since I think 2022 or 2021.
Right. Well,
So
it's
I
been a
wanted to
year
see how I
or
could go about this.
sure. So it's been a couple of years since we have done our traditional review of chapters and their viability. You have called to our attention that we're overdue and that and we need to do it. So I'm going to put that on our long list of things that need some attention. We are, by the way, Daniela, going through a leadership transition. Jonathan has been a regular, but he's stepping back for the moment, and he's been maintaining the e-NABLE thing. I'm the last Mohican, and but correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah, but I believe that in 20 minutes, we're going to be meeting with some of the new leaders of e-NABLE, and
Yes.
we will review that issue. So let's talk about your issue. So first of all, welcome and congratulations. It sounds like this should be really quite interesting. The next door post, was that someone saying, I wish I had one of these devices?
No,
Or
no, it was just an older woman sharing a link to
Something
something that was
nice.
years ago, and I was like, no way. I read everything about e-NABLE, and I was so, no way. Like, I cannot believe I found this.
Okay.
And I always post this kind of stuff on Instagram, so I get a lot of interactions from people that are like, how can I help you, or how can I donate? So I'm like,
That's great.
okay, you guys can donate to this organization, or donate to
Sure.
here, and then we can start printing even more. We're using our own
Okay.
money right now, which obviously is no issue, but if we can
I
get
appreciate
donations,
that.
that'd be even better, you know?
Daniela, did you say you're a medical translator?
I'm a medical interpreter.
Medical interpreter. Okay. So just to help you understand the landscape and anticipate the opportunities, in North America, we have far more people who say, this is really cool, I want to make one of these, than we have identified people who say, this is really cool, I want one of these. And that's in part because we haven't done a good job of reaching out to the amputee and disability communities. You're connected with a hospital. The most important thing you can do, the most valuable thing you can do, is to knock around and see if you can find a test pilot. Find someone who, okay, go ahead.
So, I don't only interpret for the children's hospital. I do a lot of workers' comp, and they have a lot of, it's mostly orthopedic surgeons that I'm with, and then they do physical therapies. And I'm with the patients the whole time, throughout their whole case, most of
Sure.
the time. A lot of them have finger amputations. So that's another thing, and I've spoken to them, and my husband ended up making a smaller scale, the Phoenix hand, the third version,
Yeah, yeah.
so I could carry around in my purse, so I can show the patients, hey, like, we can do this. Can we maybe collaborate and do what you just said? Like, okay, like my test subject right now, my test pilot.
So
Also,
that's great. Let me make sure you're aware of the Nick finger. There are a couple of designs that are specifically for people who've got most of their hand but are missing fingers.
yes.
Those will easily fit in your purse, and they may be more appropriate places to begin. And by the way, the whole padding issue is not relevant there. So anyway,
Okay.
my practical advice is to figure out how many of the people you know would really like to work with you.
Okay.
Enumerate them, pick one who's ready to go, hopefully with the simplest possible case, maybe needs one finger. And that's the way to really sort of build up to the whole vocabulary, if you will.
Yes.
And then come back. Our next meeting is in a month, and you're in a really good position to do some really interesting things. I'm just sort of trying to point the quickest steps towards long-term success.
So since I speak Spanish, I'm in Latino groups here, specifically in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I haven't made a post yet because I wanted to go through one of these meetings first.
Sure.
And then be able to make a post, because there's a lot of people in those groups that they're undocumented. They only speak Spanish, so they'd have no idea how to even inquire for something like this.
Perfect.
So I'm pretty sure that within the next month, we'll be able to find some people to be able to
You know,
start.
that's really interesting. You're right, because I mentioned the problem in North America, and in part that's because documented Americans probably have got good access to healthcare, et cetera, et
Yes.
cetera. There is this whole other population, which may be a really significant niche for us.
So
Please,
also, my
Danielle, I need to say, we only have 15 minutes for this meeting.
yes, yes, of
Um,
course.
I would suggest, so Sarah, what's the right venue for spending some real time with Daniela and talking about this? Are you free well, I don't know that the next,
No, I mean, we have the chapter leaders coming up, but Daniela, it looks like you are an aspiring chapter leader, so I mean, you could join us there.
Yes,
And
I
that
will
that
be at my
starts in
next location at 12, so I'll be
okay.
able to spend a whole full hour.
Um,
okay. So why don't you put the link to the next meeting into the chat for Daniela, Sarah? and we'll circle back to this general topic in
Okay,
15
perfect.
minutes.
Perfect.
All right. And now I'm going to go back to Sarah's checklist. And pleasure to meet you, Daniela. Okay, here we
Likewise.
go. So there were two for Daniela. I'm going to skip them. Sarah Gelbard, we have a new Instagram. And Sarah, how did this happen?
That was just, it was something I had I at a chapter leaders meeting with Saradar
Uh-huh.
a little bit ago, we discovered that we didn't have access to the old e-NABLE Instagram and that no one
Got
had
it.
posted from it for several years. So
That's great.
we decided I should make a new one, and I did. So it's here. If anyone,
Sarah
um,
Gelbard, social media mogul. So I
yeah,
have,
no. So I think everyone knows how I feel about social media right now. Madison and I have access to it. If there's anyone who um feels excited about
sure.
managing social media, I can share that access info. Um and like
Well, yes,
Instagram is very visual, so people who want to be
sure.
posting pictures or short video reels or graphics. Um
Great. Well,
yeah.
by all means, Sarah,
Um
make me an admin also.
okay.
Um, and
Um
thank
and
you for doing
also
that.
I just want to I think it's important to know how different Instagram is than Facebook. You know how Facebook you can just post a link and then it's shared
Hmm.
with everyone. On
Hmm.
Instagram, you can't really click on links. So links kind of just look like, I mean, you can put a link
Right.
in a comment for someone to copy and paste, but it doesn't go anywhere. People can't click on it. So it's
Wacky.
really
Okay.
like about sharing visual content that you think um
Okay.
uh yeah I'm sure everyone else here is more um uh
Instagramish.
Instagramish than me, but yeah, um uh but it's there.
Okay. Thank you very much for
And
getting this started. And do send the admin information. I'm
I
working on
will.
an AI to do social media, so
Oh,
I
cool.
think we're entering a new era here. Okay,
Okay.
Braden
um
Lux.
and here's the link, Daniela, I just put the link in the chat to the chapters meeting starting in 11 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, Braden says we're behind things, 5 years behind things on that matrix. And you don't have access to those docs. Do I know someone with some time to invest into redoing some of the device recommendation documentation? Another, I hope you're taking notes, Sarah, another good topic for the next meeting. But where is the device evaluations matrix would be my question.
That one, when you hit devices, it's like the first link that comes up.
Okay, hello.
Yeah, right at the
There
top
we
there, enable
go.
device about.
And it's a Google Doc, cool. And do I have access to it? It looks like enable does, and can I edit it? Yes. Hello? Yes, okay. So, so that solves the gating problem. Okay. Um, it's a good time to be thinking about this. This is our topic for the next meeting, is, and it's probably relevant to Thierry's new post about the French site. e-NABLE 360 France now works in English, French, Spanish, and Italian. Just in time, Thierry, because we are way behind on a really good website in English. Sign up. Is Terry coming to the meeting tomorrow, later today? In 10 minutes? Sarah?
I'm not sure. I sent out um the invitation a couple of weeks ago and a couple of
Okay.
reminders this week, and I didn't hear back from
Uh-oh.
Terry directly, but
We'll just have to see. So here I am filling this in as a maker. And Daniela, when you're at your computer, I would urge you to do the same thing. Here I am writing your name.
Okay.
Wow. Country, United States. Password, I can do that. My skills, interesting. I do program. I am a teacher. I do a little bit of 3D design and 3D printing. And that's me. This is exciting. It's my comment. I do declare that I've read the statutes and internal regulations of the e-NABLE France Association. Let's check them out. When they load. So I can see, okay. These are the bylaws from France. Volunteer located in France and throughout Europe. I am going to urge him to broaden that a little bit. Doing all these things. There could be membership fees, but there aren't. Meetings. Okay, so these are all conventional nonprofit bylaws required by law. I have looked at them. And then there's terms of service for the website. Beneficiaries, devices, upper or lower limbs, specific device. Okay, so this is all of the liability reduction stuff. We provide a service. We don't provide medical advice. We don't do telemedicine. We're not doctors. All of the disclaimers. The valid maker. These are definitions, I guess. To provide the recipient with a specific device. Okay, that's what a maker pledges to do. If he's not available, he's supposed to let e-NABLE know without delay. e-NABLE has no control, blah, blah, delivery. Okay, these are all the expectations. I'll be amazed if anyone reads them in full, but the expectations of a maker. These guys are much more methodical than we are. And I've now gone a little too far, so we go back. I have signed up, and look, they have a list of all devices. And they have, okay. But let's just see where they are on the. So these are assistive devices. Do we have hands here, or am I in the wrong department? I'm in the wrong department. Okay.
I just put links to the e-NABLE Instagram and to the new website that John is looking at in the chat if people want to
That's great.
check
Okay, if
those.
we're lucky, Thierry will be at the next meeting and we can continue this conversation. Even if we're not lucky, I believe it is our manifest destiny to support this website so that Terry and his well-organized people who are frankly much more on top of this can begin working with our own new leadership. So I'm going to leave this open. We'll talk about it at the next meeting. Are there other things in the chat to look at? Oh, I think we did it. Okay. So we have 3 minutes to spare, but maybe we can just shift to the new location. I'm looking for the link. And here it is, the Zoom link. Has everybody got it? Daniela, do you have the Zoom link for the next meeting?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Carlo, there you go. Carlo, we have 2 minutes to say hello, Carlo. Thank you for joining us. Can you introduce yourself? Maybe not. Okay. All right. I'm clicking the link and going to the next place. See you there.
Okay, thanks everyone.